Hey guys, morning everybody. Today's Monday, April 17th. It is 6:25 right now. Market's going to open in about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and then we will get started shortly with our analysis for today. Just got a couple of things here to update, and we should be good to go. All right, perfect. All right, guys, looks like we're good to go. Let's get a few more moments for everything to load up. And let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, perfect. So I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in. And then we'll get started with our analysis shortly. All right, guys, morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Today's Monday, April 17th. It is 6:27 right now. Market's going to open in about 3 minutes. So I'll get a few more moments for people to continue to make their way in. And then we will get started with our analysis shortly. So it's a pretty rangy pre-market session right now. Obviously, today's Monday. As you guys know, Mondays and Fridays are typically the riskier days to trade because people are either exiting the market for the weekend or entering the market from the weekend. So basically Monday, people are entering the market. You get volatility both ways. Same with Friday, you get volatility because people are exiting the market. So today's Monday, obviously. That's why you see a lot of this weird movement on the charts right now, because the market isn't completely open. The market opens in about 2 minutes. From there, you're probably going to see some volatility spikes either to the upside or to the downside. My guess is it might not happen initially on open, but I think price will push to the upside. The reason for that is because sentiment's still pretty high. I believe it's like around 70%, or actually it lowered a little bit, 66% now, but it's still pretty high. So sentiment right now is 66% short, indicating that 66% of retail traders are currently selling. So we're either going to get a push to the downside on open and then a spike to the upside, or we're going to get a spike to the upside immediately on open. That's when all the orders are going to fill from people who are re-entering from the weekend. So we'll see what happens. Market is opening in a few minutes. Just going to get this link sent out over here real quick. And we should be good to go. All right, guys, market is opening in about 21 seconds. So when the market opens, you'll hear opening bell from my TD Ameritrade account. As I mentioned, I think price eventually is going to swing to the upside. I don't know when exactly, but I think eventually it will to some extent. Looking over here on the 4-hour, 1 hour, 30-minute time frame, everything's pretty much bullish. So I think that bounce is probably going to happen eventually. So here we go, market open. Market is now open, guys. Big push to the upside. We already expected that, as you guys know, because I mentioned that retail sentiment is very strong for a buy right now. So majority of retail traders are currently selling. We typically want to do the opposite and buy. So with that said, Looks like we are good to go. So let's see who's here so far. Morning, Nick. Morning, Van Harwig. Morning, Kenny. Morning, David. Morning, Martha. Morning, Slava. Morning, Gactive. Morning, Karen. Morning, Maria. Morning, D. Morning, Eunice. Morning, Dan. Morning, everybody. Sorry, guys. Looks like majority of you guys are here so far. Basically, everybody. Market is now open. We'll see what happens in the next couple minutes or so. There's no entries for us right now. Currently have a buy signal right here, but there's no entry for us to take because price broke and closed past the pivots already. There's just nothing for us to take here at the moment. Hey, David, how's it going? Or Dave. Morning, Dave. Morning, T. Morning, Glenn. Morning, guys. All right. So basically, I'll put the criteria for the requirements that we're looking for today. We are looking for high-level momentum scalps. Let me check the bias real quick. If we have a really strong bias for a buy, then we might be able to look for some high-low scalps as well. Let's throw something in there because obviously we're not always going to have as many entries for just one strategy. So looking over here on the fundamentals, guys, it's currently neutral. Reason for that is because the Dow is only up about 225 pips or 25 points right now. So looking over here across the board for the indices, the Dow is currently up 11 points, S&P is down 2 points, NASDAQ's down 14 points, Russell 2K is down 15 points, and the VIX is up almost 4%. With that said, you guys can see here that the indices are not really directional at all, right? With regard to fundamentals, they're kind of down the middle. In order for it to be very strong for a buy or for a sell, we typically want it to be plus 100 points or negative 100 points. Right now, they're all right down the middle, so price is kind of just flat at the moment. And you can see right here, CNBC just reported exactly what I said. It said stocks are flat to start the week as earnings seasons continue. So as you guys can see, it's pretty simple to look at. You just look at the numbers here. If they're above 100 points, then it's bullish. If it's below 100 points, then it's bearish or neutral. With that said, we don't have a fundamental bias right now. Looking over here on the technicals, we don't really have a bias here either. You can see over here on the higher time frames, it's obviously bullish. You can see from the 4-hour bullish, 1-hour bullish, 30-minute bullish. However, on the 10, 5, and 1, it's pretty much neutral right now. So we're not really getting too much of a real clear direction right now as price continues to, obviously bounce around. So with that said, we're not really looking to take anything right now, guys, because right now the shorter time frames are pretty neutral. The higher time frames are kind of neutral too, except for the 4-hour. 4-hour here is still bullish, but the 1-hour here is in the middle of the pivots. Trend meter is blue. Same with the 30-minute over here. Price is in between the pivots and the trend meter is red. So there's no real overall bias right now. This is neutral. Fundamentals are currently neutral. The only thing here that's bullish is going to be the retail sentiment, which is 66% short. This isn't enough to base your trades off. So I wouldn't necessarily take any trades here based directly off this. You'd have to have some sort of confluence with regard to the fundamentals and also for the technicals over here. So no entries for us to take right now. We'll be looking for entries, but we just don't have anything right now. So we currently have a lower low that's currently setting up right here. So what we would be looking for is we'd be looking for price to swing above the pivots over here and provide a buy signal. If we get that, then we can look for a possible buy. Right now, we just don't have anything to take. I'm going to go and mark up opening price real quick. So we've got opening price right there. I'm going to go here to the clean chart. Mark up opening price right here as well. There's opening price. I'm going to mark up opening time, 6:30 and 8 o'clock right there. So not really much going on here. As you guys can see, I would expect price to come back up. If price does swing back up, target price point, of course, is going to be opening price up there. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see where this ends up swinging from, because the market is moving a little crazy right now. If you guys are wondering what these blue lines over here are, I just marked up a couple areas to see where price is likely to bounce, because these lower lows are basically where I see price bouncing from, from where they're currently at. So target price point, again, as I mentioned, is going to be opening price, which is right there. Price is currently there already. Sorry, guys, I took a speculative trade. I'm taking some speculative trades here, guys. This is kind of the reason I was going to explain to you guys here. If you guys know what you're doing here, then do it. I kind of like hinted you guys on like what I was looking at here when I draw these lower lows. When you guys see these lower lows, basically I'm looking for price to bounce up because retail sentiment is so strong for a buy here. So when price comes down to these lower lows, these blue lines that I mark, I'm expecting a bounce to happen. So none of those trades are going to count. I locked in a quick profit off that 710. My profit target was supposed to be 1,400, but I didn't want to hold on to it because it's kind of bouncy. My target price point was going to be opening price right there. As I saw price come and hit opening price, you already saw my markup here. I said there's a lower low here. So if price does push up, I'm expecting it to come and hit opening price, which is why I took the speculative trade there. Price was up here, took it for a quick push. I saw price hit open price, so I closed out of it manually. That's why you guys heard that click. But there's no official entries right now. So I'll be in the background taking some trades here, guys. Just based off like speculation here. If you guys understand what I'm doing, then I'm basically dollar cost averaging again. I'm just looking at these lower lows and I'm taking some buys here. So I'm buying the dip basically. Now that these have already been hit, I'm gonna go and take these off. And I'll just draw some more lows right there. So there's no specific strategy for this, guys, but I'm using the high-low indicator. If price comes back down here to this lower low, I'm going to possibly take another speculative buy there. I'm just going to write it back up. So just a little FYI if you guys are wondering what those clicking noises are and what these blue lines here indicate. I'm looking for bounces at these areas because I'm expecting price to be bullish. There's no entry for us to take right now, though. So there's a buy signal here, guys, but this is not an entry. Again, I'm going to explain why this isn't an entry. It wasn't an entry because the third requirement wasn't met. So looking at down here, this is the first requirement, identify a lower low. There's a buy signal right here, but this candle already broke and closed past the two pivots. So there was no entry for us to take right there specifically, but I already knew it. Price was going to push up because target price point was opening price up here. Should just let the trade run. I would have made 1,400. Actually, I would have made 4,500. I'm testing out this other TP stop loss that my brother's been using too, guys. I met with my brother yesterday. He's been using a 1 to 1.5, or no, he's basically using a 300 pip stop loss with a 450 pip TP. I'm gonna let the trade run. I'm not gonna have the TP too close, but I'll probably be closing it out early. But you guys should be using the regular TP, the one that's set right here. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. Just testing a couple of things this week because the volatility is high. It allows us to go for some bigger positions, but just make sure that you guys are following the strategy as it's supposed to be applied. But you guys will probably hear my clicking happen a little later because I'll be watching the chart myself. So if price does come back to the 100 pip mark, I'll just close it out manually. But if you guys aren't fast enough, which is majority of you guys, I wouldn't recommend experimenting here. Just, go for the TP and then pull out. Once you guys are comfortable with like adjusting your stop loss or not adjusting your stop loss and adjusting your TP, then you guys can do what I'm doing, which is a little more profitable because you can let the trade run a little further. But if you guys are still trying to get this stuff down, just go for the regular TP 1030 split or 2550 split, depending on the conditions. Let's see. Looks like the 1030 should still be fine here, guys. I was just measuring the candles over here. The candles are about 200 pips, so they're not really moving too volatile, but they are moving. So let's see. There's nothing else for us to take right here, guys. Don't worry. I'm keeping an eye out for these high-low momentum scalps, but there's just nothing for us to take right here. We currently have a higher high right now. And we have a possible entry here if we get a sell signal on this candle. All right, so we got the sell signal right here, guys, but this candle already broke and closed past the pivot. So it's the same thing that happened over here. We had a lower low, price broke and closed past the candle, the pivots over here without the buy signal, so there's no entry. Again, right here, unfortunately, there's no sell signal that closed, so there's no room for entry here. We have the higher high, we have the break and close past the pivots over here, but there's no sell signal. So there's no entry here for a sell, guys. Now we just have to wait for another setup to play out here. Let's see. Sam said full TP on Vincent's strategy. Nice. Yeah, I just saw that over here, Sam. So if you guys take Vincent's strategy right here, I went to full TP as well. I didn't take that one, but if you guys did take it, that is what came up right there. So let me just go and screenshot my profit so far for the week. Nothing crazy. Just that first trade that I took. Obviously, a lot of slippage here. A lot of slippage, actually. Yeah, so I locked in 710 off my FTMO number 1, 510 off my FTMO number 2, 460 off my MFF number 1, 310 off my FTMO MFF number 2, and 310 off my MFF number 3. So let's see. Tom's asking, not 100% used to Vincent's strategy. He takes signals even if the price broke pivots in the candle before. His strategy is different, Tom. So you should probably go and check the video in the course. His is a little bit different. He's looking for it to break and close past the gold pivot over here. So it fits criteria. It's just he's not using pivots 1 and 2, he's using pivot 3. So you probably want to go and review the video in the course. It's from the mentoring session where we explained it. His is different. We look for pivots to break and close past pivot. We look for price to break and close past pivots 1 and 2, but he uses pivot 3. So that's the main difference there. So you're basically just shifting requirement 3. So we're looking for pivots 1 and 2. He's only looking for pivot 3 over here. That's why I have it on the screen in case you guys want to apply it. All right, so price is pushing up super heavy. As I mentioned, this played out exactly how I predicted it to, right? So I mentioned over here, guys, I had these like lower lows marked up from down here. I said price is likely to bounce off this area, right? Because retail sentiment is super strong. So that's why I have these blue lines drawn here, because it's easy for us to take like basically buy the dip. You can probably take it with a smaller lot size and let the trade run. And then odds of it running are pretty high. So like down here, we have all these lower lows. That's where I took my buy earlier. Price pushed up, and then there we go. As it pushes up super heavy. Let me see how far as it pushed up from that point. So I basically had my lower lows marked up from right here. I should have just held on to the position. From this lower low right here, it's pushed about 500 pips. But for official strategies over here, or official entries, there's no entries for us to take right now. Tom said, yeah, thanks. I'll check out the video again. I checked most of them, but this is getting confusing. So what I'd recommend, Tom, is to just don't go check out the video. If you're getting confused, then don't check out anything else. Just focus on what you're focusing on. Because, you know, if you try to learn too many strategies at once, you're just going to fail at everything. So focus on one thing. And then once you're good with that, then move on to the other. But if you're not even good with this right now with what we're doing, then don't even bother looking at anything else. You know, it's easy to get greedy and blow your account when you could have just focused on one strategy and done well. So that's the reason why during these live sessions, I'm only focusing on one strategy, because if I go and I look at all my strategies here, you're going to be super confused, right? I have like 30 strategies here that you can apply. They all work very well, but I'm focusing on this one right here because this is the easiest one to follow up with. So Tom, I'd recommend that you don't look at it. Just stick to what you're currently learning until you're actually good at it. And then once you're good at it, then move on to the next one. But at the moment, stick to like what you're currently focusing on. All right, we have a higher high right here, guys. If this candle here breaks and closes past the pivots with a sell signal, then there's a possible entry for a sell here. So just keep that in mind. The bias here isn't very strong, so it looks like price can still shift to the downside. I mean, it's pretty neutral across the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, and 1 hour. 4 hour is still bullish, but it's not very strong. So, I mean, there's still a chance for price to swing back to the bottom over here. Let me check the news real quick. I forgot to check the calendar if there was any news this morning. There was news at 5:30 a.m. Empire Manufacturing Index, and 7 o'clock. So 5:30 and then 7 o'clock. All right, we have a possible entry right here. All right, this candle is kind of big though. You guys have seen that before. So if the candle's too big, we typically want to wait for a retracement, maybe make a later entry. Yeah, this candle is just a little too big. And also, you guys want to wait for the candle to actually close. We have 20 seconds left on this candle right here, so we have a lot of time left before the candle close. So if you guys are looking to take this entry, make sure that you actually wait for the candle to close and don't try to enter it early because this candle could easily disappear with the sell signal. Right now, there's no sell signal. There's about 7 seconds left on this candle. I don't think it's going to close. 3, 2, 1, no candle there. Or actually, there was. Okay, so there's technically an inch. It's too late for me to take this. There's technically an entry right here, guys. But I waited for the candle to close. It looked like it didn't close and it just closed at the last second. Unfortunately, I'm not in this position. If it does retrace up, I'll look for a possible late entry. But at the moment, I'm just going to let it be. If you guys were following with me, you guys would have seen that this candle here did not close like exactly on the candle close. It kind of closed and then it ended up dropping right after. And there you go, full TP. So if you guys caught it, great. If you guys didn't, it's okay. I'm not going to count this trade because I wasn't able to identify it myself. Damn, the thing happened too fast. So if you guys saw it, great. This is the entry right here. Again, as I mentioned, guys, this is the high level momentum scalp. There's a higher high here. Look for the break and close below the pivots with a sell signal that happened on this candle right here. And then it blasted right through the TP. I was going to wait for it to retrace a little bit. It didn't really retrace too much. And I missed the trade. It just happened too quickly. So if you guys took it, great. If you guys didn't, it's completely fine. Yeah, Jonathan said that was lag. I know I was waiting for it to close, but it didn't actually close until I guess after it happened, basically after the fact. Hey, CJ, how's it going? Morning. There's one entry right here, CJ, that we just looked at. We were waiting for it to close, but then it was like not showing the sell signal. At the last second, it closed with the sell signal and blasted right through the TP. I was going to wait for it to retrace up, but it didn't. So I missed the trade. Not sure if anyone caught this here, but if you guys were watching it, you guys waited for it to close. It did end up closing. It's all good. On to the next one. Let me see this real quick. Just watching to see where price ends up going from where it's currently at. All right, I'll just clean this up right here. I'm going to get entry too. So there's another lower low right here, guys. So if price does swing back up, another possible entry for a buy. As you guys can see, price is ranging pretty heavy in both directions. So you got the high right there. You got the low right here. It's a pretty big range. So we got the lower low right here. If this ends up pushing to the upside and closes with a buy signal, then there may be a possible entry right here for a buy. So we got the lower low. We need a buy signal to break and close past the pivots. If that ends up closing, then possible entry. It's probably not going to happen on this candle. Maybe this one right here. But again, if you guys are looking for these entries, you guys have to wait for the candle to actually close. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of in a messy area right here too. There's a lot of there's a sessions and there's opening price and news price right there. Karen said, Sean, not seeing your news on your chart. I believe it's at 7. Yeah, I just put it up just now, Karen. So thanks for the heads up. I just put it up not too long ago. Let me see if there's any other news events. 7 o'clock. I think that's it. Let me check my FX book real quick. Yeah, it's about it. News at 7 o'clock. So guys, just a heads up before I forget. Our mentoring session for today is going to be scheduled for tomorrow. I can't attend today, so I'll be holding it tomorrow, same time. So today's going to be basically it's pushed back one day, same time, 2 p.m. If you guys can't make it, or if you guys want to request to have it another day or another time, just let me know because I'll make adjustments if you guys can't make it tomorrow. But unfortunately, I can't make it today because I'm going to have some stuff to do. So it'll be tomorrow, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Our mentoring session later today, or our mentoring session for this week. All right, so it doesn't look like we're gonna have an entry right here, guys. We currently have a lower low, but there's a low high in between it. So with that said, there's probably not gonna be any opportunity for entry. As you guys can see over here, there can't be anything in between. So this lower low just got pushed back. So the new lower low is down here. This could be the possible bottom that we're looking for, but we just don't have that confirmation just yet. My guess is that price will probably come back down to this lower low and bounce off it. That's kind of what I see happening here. Price will probably come back to this area. It'll be an opportunity to buy the dip and continuation back up. So the thing with this here, guys, with these types of entries, you guys have to understand that this isn't necessarily a scalp type move. If you're looking to buy the dip, like where I'm having these blue lines dip drawn at, this is typically where you're going to be holding on to it. It's like an intraday swing position. Because the reason why we have these positions here, we have these areas marked up, is that we have a bullish bias with regard to the long-term move. So price might come down, reject off that point, but since it's 66% of retail traders who are currently short, then eventually I do expect price to push back up at some point. So just, something to keep in mind. There's no entry right here, Nick, for this. Or actually, there might be. Sorry, I was thinking about the previous lower low. So yeah, Nick, as Nick mentioned, there's 15 seconds left on this candle right here. About 6 seconds left. If this candle here closes, then possible entry, but it does not look like it's going to close. Sorry, Nick, I got that confused with the last lower low. Okay, so we currently have the lower low right here, and we have a pending buy signal, but we need this buy signal to actually push past this higher high here, because there can't be a high low in between. So price needs to push past it, which it just did right there. If this candle here closes, then there's possible entry for a buy here. Again, you guys have to wait for the candle to actually close. The candle here, if it closes too big, you might want to wait for retracement. Yeah, I'll be looking for this here to close out. This candle here is pretty big though. About 15 seconds left on this candle. You have a lot of time, so this candle might just pull back at the last couple of seconds. This candle is a little too big, guys, so I'm not going to enter right away if it closes. Wait for it to pull back and I'll make entry. It's probably going to retrace a little bit. All right, the candle closed right there. I missed the trade again. I missed the entry. Looks like it's going to hit TP2. All right, so I'm not in the position, guys. If you guys are in the position, just make sure to pull out once you reach TP. I was waiting for it to pull back. It's pulling back right here now. Just gonna wait for a little bit, pull back a little more. I'll retrace a little further. Let me see if I can get in from here. All right, I'm trying to set my order right here, but it keeps bouncing around a lot. So I'm not in the position yet. I'm going to put my buy stop here now to catch the order as it swings up. All right, price is up in profit. Just going to set an alert right here. So notify. TP's hit. There goes price pushes up further. And full TP, guys. Close out of mine right there. I was going to hold on to it longer, but it's pretty far extended. So full TP on that trade right there, guys. If you guys caught it, that was like blocky movement there. All right, guys. So full TP. Missed the first one, but I got the second one, so that's all that matters. All right, so there's technically 2 full TPs that hit today, guys. I'm only going to count one because that's the only one I caught. The only trades that I count here are the ones that I actually take on these live sessions. So even though there's a winner earlier, I'm not going to count that trade. But this is the one that just came up right now. So if you guys are still in the position, it looks like it's going to hit TP again. Pull out again, guys, right there, full TP. So don't get greedy here, guys. It's not the day to get greedy. It's Monday. So another full TP right there. CJ got it. Gactive got it. Martha caught it. Tom caught it. Glenn caught it. Maddie caught it. Nice work, guys. If you guys caught it, nice work. You guys can see it's smooth move. You guys wait for these entries, they'll come up. It's just a matter of patience, waiting for them to come up. So let me take a screenshot of all my profits. MFF, of course, gave me partial profits, but it is what it is. Just got to deal with it. I wish it would give me full profits, but it's all good. All right. So there goes my profits for the day and for the week so far. Some profits over here from you guys. Slava's currently at 1,524 for the day. Nice work, Slava. Slava again over here, 1,943. Nice work, Slava. Solid profits there. Here's David, total profit of 3,120 for the day. Nice work, David, full profit on that trade. Dejan over here, full TP on that trade too. Total profit of 500 for the day. Great work, Dejan. Got Chow over here, total profit of 1,900 for the day, all wins. Nice work, Chow. Looks like you took that first trade too, so nice work on catching that one. Missed that one, but it's all good. All right, so we currently have a higher high right here, guys. We're gonna look for price to make its way back down for another entry, but we don't have anything here yet. Let's see, Lucas said, starting off the challenge with a W. Definitely, nice work, Lucas. Jonathan said his hit, but didn't close him out. Had to do it manually. Yeah, so I'm sure you locked in some pretty solid profit on that too, Jonathan. Had the opportunity to push it up. And David cut it too, or Dave. Nice work, Dave. I think it's your first day here, Dave, right? So yeah, welcome. Good thing you had some wins on your first day here. That's always what I like to see. All right, so we're looking for another possible entry right here, guys. Is a higher high. Looking for price of breaking close past the pivots with the sell signal. If we get it, great. If we don't, there's no rush here. I personally would prefer to take buys anyway, so I'm not really I'm fine with taking sells here, but for me personally, I'm more inclined to take buys here because the sentiment's so high. Let's check the fundamentals. Fundamentals should now be up a little bit. They're currently at 47 points. They're still not very strong, but they are bullish. It's like a neutral bullish fundamental bias. Retail sentiment here is still 66% short, so we're probably still going to look for some buys here. If price does come down, that's completely fine. We can still look for sells here. But as you guys can see, some crazy movement on this candle here. We have the higher high right here. Price spiked down super hard and then bounced directly off the opening price right there. So you want to be careful with taking, certain trades because you're going to get a lot of this weird movement here. So 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys, I had a little bit of an emergency. I'm still gonna be here on the live, but I'm gonna step away for 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay, sorry. A little freak out right there. Someone's trying to break into my house. I pull my gun. It's tripping for a second. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry, guys, just random scare there. Someone's trying to break into my house right now. So I'm back. All right, guys. So we have a no entries right here right now. Sorry, let me 1 second. I put this thing away. That's cool. Box. That was fucking random. Show's not muted. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Just had like a little random incident right there. So we have no entries right here at the moment, guys. We currently have a lower low and a higher high. We have a pending sell signal right here. So in order for us to have an entry, we got to have a higher high at this area here or somewhere around this area. Price basically needs to push past this lower high right here. And then we will have a new higher high established. So we currently have a lower high right here, but price pushes past this area, it'll establish a higher high. And then from that point, we'll be looking for price to come back down. Patrick said never a dull moment in K2. And I was a maintenance person. It's because my neighbor's moving out. They try to like come into the house, but I checked my cameras. So they're at the wrong place. C6 said channel play around clock to Cupid Manelli. Nick said out here in Oregon, we have gun racks for our gun racks. I don't know, you guys are crazy out there. Well, I mean, the gun laws are super lax out there. All right, so we currently have no entry here right now, guys. We're just waiting for something to happen. Price is pretty much going sideways at the moment. As you guys can see, I drew these two zones. We have the resistance up here. We have the support down here. Price hasn't really done much. Price came over here, faked out above this resistance, but then it just came right back down. So price came up right here, established a resistance. Price came back up right here, faked out, came right back down. So there's just nothing for us to take over here right now. I do have a low here drawn up on the 10-minute time frame. So we currently have, I mean, it's pretty neutral. As you guys can see right here, there's not really much going on. The only thing that's happening is right here on the 4-hour, which is currently still bullish. But looking over here on the 1 hour, 30-minute, 10-minute, 5-minute, and 1-minute timeframes, everything is pretty much neutral and going sideways. So we just don't have anything to take right here. Looking over here at the fundamentals, they're currently up 35 points. So they're pretty neutral right now. As you guys can see, the Dow's currently up 35 points. S&P's up not even a point. NASDAQ's down 4 points. Russell 2K's up 7 points. And the VIX is currently up 2.5%. So there's not really too much going on here. You can see it's pretty flat and neutral. In order for it to be, as I mentioned before, in order for it to be bullish or bearish, this needs to be above 100 points or needs to be below 100 points. Right now, we currently have the Fed speaking right now. Speaker McCarthy delivers remarks about the U.S. economy at the New York Stock Exchange. So this will probably push price around a bit, hopefully. So we'll see what happens over here in a little bit. All right, we have a pending sell signal right here, but there's no higher high. So in order for us to have this entry here, there have to be a higher high, and price could not be below the pivots. So we don't have any entry right here yet, guys. We want price to actually push down a little bit. I actually want this sell signal to close, and I want price to push down below this high low right here. If price pushes down below this area, then we'll have a new lower low. So as you guys can see, price is pushing down right here. If this pushes below this level right here, it's going to establish a lower low. And if we get that lower low, we can start looking for a possible buy. So I want the sell signal here to close and continue to push down a little lower. So as you can see, price is pushing down below this point. If it gets lower than this area here, you can see how now there is a lower low. So at this point here now, we're looking for the sell signal to close. And we're also looking for a Okay, we got that sell signal. That's perfect. We have lower low right here. All right, so this is kind of what we were looking for. We have the lower low at this point. We want price to push up past the pivots over here. If price pushes up past pivots 1 and 2 with a buy signal, then we'll be able to take the buy entry from there. But the Fed is speaking right now, so just keep that in mind. And he's speaking at the New York Stock Exchange. It's not just like a regular Fed speaking. He's actually speaking at the stock exchange right now. My guess is that he's going to have good stuff to say about the economy, right? He's not going to talk unless there's something good. So we'll see if there's anything here. So we currently have a pending entry right here, possibly, guys. If this candle here breaks and closes past the pivots, then there may be a possible entry. Patricia said she's not taking it. I wouldn't blame her. It's kind of a risky entry because McCarthy is speaking right now. He could say something good right now, and then the next second he could say something bad. So you want to be careful because, yeah, this could be a trap. Not a trap move with regard to the strategy, but a trap with regard to current movement in market. Because this here could just be temporary, right? He could be saying something good about the economy, price will push up, and then all of a sudden he says something bad and it does the complete opposite. So there's a possible entry right here, guys. So just keep that in mind. We have 10 seconds left on this candle. And no entry there. Okay, so there's another opportunity right here, guys. This is the next opportunity. If this candle here closes with a buy signal, then there's going to be a possible entry here for a buy. Yeah, Nick said volume died down a lot, actually. So if you look over here, I'll just turn on the volume indicator. Volume died down a ton. So you can see how the market was super volatile right here above the average. Big spikes right here, and then it just died down on these next candles. So each candle just gets slower and slower. All right, so there's no entry for us right now. All right, we have another opportunity here, guys. So we have a new lower low. Looks like it's bouncing off an area of support. So this is a good thing. All right, this is actually really good. So if this here ends up closing, then this could be the reversal pattern. So we currently have a lower low right here. If this closes with a double body, this is going to be a V1 variation. It's a reversal pattern. Another confluence on top of that is that it's reversing off the support right here. So this might be indication of a push to the upside, possibly. Again, you guys have to wait for the candle to actually close, but a strong possibility of it going up from here. So right here, we're looking for a buy signal, guys. If we could get a buy signal that breaks and closes past the pivots over here, then there's going to be a possible entry for us to take. Volume is kind of low right now. There we go with the pending buy signal. So we need this buy signal to close above the pivots over there. If we can get that buy signal to break and close past the pivots and possible entry, if not, we just got to sit tight and wait. As I mentioned before, guys, there's no entry for us to take until it actually closes. So just be patient. I'm going to take a screenshot of my actual profits for the day so far, and I'll be looking for a possible entry here. right, there goes the buy signal again, still currently pending. Still hasn't closed yet, guys. All right, so I don't know if I'll be taking the entry, guys, if it does close, because this is, I mean, price is pretty much just ranging, but I'll see how the candle closes. If the candle closes actually kind of strong, then I might take it. But if it continues to just, go sideways like this, okay, so possible entry right here, guys. Gotta wait for the candle to actually close. Let me see. It didn't actually close above it, I don't think. It's kind of hard to tell. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, it didn't actually close above it, guys. I was trying to take it still, but it didn't actually close above it. Fortunately. So we'll wait for the next one here. Yeah, so this candle here didn't close above it right there. You guys can see the blue pivot. Let me just rewind it a little bit for one candle. Yeah, as you guys can see, it like kind of like half of it, but not really the full candle. So, obviously we don't do half candles like that. We got to wait for the actual entry here. All right, so we'll be looking for the next opportunity, guys. Go and close that there. Just gonna wait for the next opportunity to come up here. And check the other time frames, so everything's looking like. Not really too much here. Just gonna keep drawing areas where high lows are. All right, so I didn't take that specific trade, guys, but I took the bounce down here. As I mentioned, I said price is probably going to push up from this point. That's why I took it from down this area. I just want to write it up to opening price. So I took the V1 variation right here. I'm not going to count this as an official trade, but this right here was the V1 variation that I mentioned. I was going to hold on to it and just let it run to this full TP, but this trade didn't actually close. So there was nothing for me to take there. So what I was going to do is I took this trade down here and I was just going to write it up until it hit TP and I was going to close it out. Unfortunately, it didn't close out properly, so I just ended up closing it early. So, yeah, CJ said that was close. Click my buy button, but it didn't enter his trade. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Amount right there. Better be safe than sorry. Let me screenshot my profits. So I'm currently up pretty decent for the day. I took that V1 variation. As I mentioned earlier this session, guys, I'll probably be taking some speculative trades because, I could make a lot of profit applying all my strategies. It's just hard for me to really explain to you guys and let you guys know the strategies here. So I pretty much gave you guys a hint that this was going to swing up, right? So I told you guys, okay, this is probably going to be a really good trade because there's a double body rejection. This doesn't happen too often. Typically we get a double wick, but not a double body. It also rejected off the support over here, which is this area that I drew from this previous lower low. And it was basically buying the dip. So there's 3 different confluences here where price came down using a couple of different strategies that I apply. So basically, main one was a V1 variation right here. And I saw that bounce that was going to happen. So I entered right here. I held it until price pushed up to here. I was going to hold it longer, but this here didn't close. But yeah, I'm up about, let's see, I'm up 2,750 off my FTMO number 1. FTMO number 2, 2,600. My MFF number 1, 1,850. MFF number 2, 1,750. And my MFF number 3, 1,850. So locked in some pretty decent profit off that. Here's Kenny's profits for the day. He's currently up 1,050 for the day. One small loss there. Looks like it was an accident, but everything else was a win. So nice work, Kenny. right, thanks, Kenny, for this link here for McCarthy. I think he's still speaking right now, right? Yeah, he still is. So speaker Kevin McCarthy is still speaking right now. There's no other entries for us to take at the moment, guys. Just looking for any other possible entry at this moment. So we currently have a pending sell signal. In order for us to have an entry here, guys, we need to have a higher high. So we need price to push up a little higher past this lower high right here and provide a higher high entry from that point. So when price pushes up higher, we'll get a higher high. And then if price comes back down from that point, we'll be looking for, possible sell. Let me go take a screenshot of my profits again. So I'll try to give you guys hints when I'm taking these other trades, but for the most part, our official entries are going to be focused mainly on this strategy here, guys. Unless we have a very strong bias, then we'll be looking for high-low scalps. Right now, we don't have that. So I'm basically buying dips when I see dips occur at key areas. Like when I see dips occur at lower lows and they provide, a reversal pattern, because that's pretty much, a guaranteed push in that direction, where you can at least get in for a discount and then wait for another entry to come up. All right, still nothing for us to take right now. All right, we have price going pretty much up and down right now. There's no clear direction as to where price is likely to go. Price just keeps going back and forth. So I'm just taking some time and screenshotting my profits real quick. Let me post them up in the group. Saw Patricia just posted her profits as well. Take a look at that shortly. All right, so we don't have any entries here, guys. We're looking for a possible higher high. We need that higher high in order for us to take a sell. We currently have a sell signal pending because we have a buy signal here, so we can't get two buys right after each other. We have a buy signal, then a sell signal, then a buy signal, then a sell signal. We have a pending sell signal, so in order for us to have entry, we need price to actually push up a bit higher, reject off this point, come right back down. So we don't have anything coming up right here. Here's Patricia's profits for the day. She's currently up 1,920 on this account. Nice work, Patricia. All wins. Here's Patricia's other account, 710 off her first one, 1,470 off her second one, and 560 off her third one, plus this fourth account for 1,920. Nice work, Patricia. Yeah, great work, guys. You guys are doing pretty good so far. Here are my profits across all my accounts individually. As you guys can see, here's my FTMO number one, total profit of 2,750, all wins. FTMO number two, total profit of 2,600, all wins as well. My MFF number one, total profit of 1,750. My MFF number two, total profit of 1,850. And my MFF number three, total profit of 1,850 as well. Different profits across all accounts, but overall pretty solid. Here's some more profits from Slava. Slava said, I'm done for the day. Thanks, Sean. Total profit of 2,836 for the day. All wins. Nice work, Slava. Yeah, no problem. So great work right there. I mean, if you guys are happy with your profits for the day, there was about 3 trades that came up, only one official trade. There's 2 trades that were technically official, only one that I took. So there's only one that's going to count for the official entries for this week or for this day so far. But there was about 3 different opportunities that came up. I mentioned the 2 entries earlier that were high level momentum scalps, and then also the V1 variation right here that I said was going to play out, which I took. So it's not going to count. The only trade that's going to count is the second one. So I have 3 trades right here, but the only one that's going to count is the second one that we took, because that's the only one that was official and that we were able to hop into, of course. So just want to make sure you guys are clear on that. These other two trades are not going to count towards the results. They'll count towards the trades, but obviously not towards the results. Let's see. Maddie said, I think price will eventually shoot up and test the sessions above. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, realistically, price is just ranging right now. So you guys can't really see it here because we're kind of close up on this chart. But going over to the clean chart over here, you can see price hasn't gone anywhere. The range that I drew earlier this morning is still right down the middle. So you can see this is the baseline. You see in the middle right here, this blue line. This is opening price. Price pretty much goes down, fakes out, shoots up, fakes out, comes back down, fakes out, and it just keeps faking out in both directions. But there's no actual like clear direction here because price just keeps going back and forth. I've drawn the lower lows right here on these areas just to identify bounce areas. Like, for example, if price comes down, you can buy the dip again at that point, or price comes down and I see a V1 variation. I'm like, okay, for sure, this trade's probably going to play out that way. But we just don't have anything here yet. If you look over here on the time frames, again, they're still pretty neutral. The 1 hour is in between, trend meter is blue, 30-minute price is in between as well. The 1 minute's kind of bullish, and the 5 and 10 are still neutral. They're right down the middle. It's nothing for us to take here at the moment. So, I mean, again, at this time, it's still a waiting game. There's nothing for us to take at the moment. If there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. Just a reminder, there's no mentoring session today, guys. We're pushing it till tomorrow. So we will see what happens next. More profits here from Kenny. So Kenny took one more trade, total profit of 1,250 for the day. Nice work, Kenny. So it looks like Kenny's just climbing this as price, continues to climb up higher, which is solid. If you guys know what you're doing and you guys can take these trades, you guys are more than welcome. Looks like he's taking the bounces off the pivots right here. That's what I'm assuming. It's kind of similar to the SR rejection scalp. Yeah, the SR zones are kind of messy though. That's why I typically don't like to use them too much. All right, so we don't have a higher high here, guys. So there's no entry for us to take, which is completely fine. I prefer to take buys here. There's a lower high right here. So for example, if we have a higher high here and we get that sell signal, then we can take the possible entry for a sell. But at the moment, there's just nothing for us to take here at the moment. I just saw your message, Sisu. Yeah, no, the Manelli's it's too hard to pull out. I have it kind of like burrowed in here in my office. Let's see if there's anything else here for us to take. Yeah, still nothing yet. Here's Narith. So Narith just posted his profits, total profit of 4,223 for the day. Nice work, Narith. Looks like he has majority win, just one small loss right there. Looks like it might have been an accidental entry for a sell. It's all good. Sweet bounce from there. We got Dave over here. Dave said first day using scalping, total profit of 212 for the day. Nice work, Dave. All wins on your side too. So nice US30 win right there. NASDAQ and US30 again right here for a sell. Yeah, solid work, Dave. Nice first day. Hopefully this continues. Just got to keep pushing. Some more profits here from Dijon. Dijon said, done for the day. Happy with my profits. I ended up in that trade that didn't fully close past the pivots. And as soon as it went into profit. Yeah. So Dijon over here actually took that last trade that we were looking at. Unfortunately, it closed out perfectly. So as soon as it went into profit, Dijon pulled out the profit. So total profit of 580. I think this would be a good time for you to step away to Dijon, because if you took that last trade, you probably got that. You probably have that itch to take another trade, right? So you don't want a revenge trade or over trade, especially if you guys start to get antsy with your positions, guys. Like say for example, we had this entry over here that came up. If you guys try to take this entry without waiting for it, then you guys are getting impatient, right? So if you start to feel yourself getting impatient, then it's probably best to step away. Just keep in mind that today is one of the riskier days to trade. So you don't have to trade today, guys. If you guys made profit today already so far, I would probably take it easy if you guys are starting to get a little, I don't want to say antsy, but you guys, if you guys have been trading for a while, you guys know what I mean. Like you guys are just really focused on taking a trade, whether it be a good one or a bad one. If you guys are starting to feel like that, that just means that your trade psychology is starting to slip. So if you're not 100% focused, then I would probably just either switch to a demo account and just play on a demo account for a bit until you start to get into that groove, or just close out your MC4 and just follow along. I think that's probably the best decision for you guys. If you guys are starting to feel like you're going to revenge trade or you're going to overtrade. Because it's, revenge trading and overtrading is a real problem for majority of traders. The only way to avoid getting caught in that is to just don't trade or switch to a demo account and continue to trade, but at least don't risk your own funds or your challenge or whatever you're doing. Currently no entries right here, guys. Price is still pushing up from where it's currently at. Looks like it's been pushing up for a while, so it's a little overextended. Here's a lower low right here. Price has been pushing about, actually not too much. The volatility is just down. It looks like price has been pushing up a lot, but realistically it's only 500 pips. So it's really not that much. Let's see if there's anything else over here. Sorry, guys, I was looking at some stuff over here. All right, so we currently have a new higher high. Thanks, Nick, for the heads up. Currently have the higher high right here. So if price swings back down, provides a sell signal, and there's going to be a possible entry for a sell. As I mentioned, price is a bit overextended, so it's due for retracement. You have a double body right here, so there's a reversal pattern at that point as well. Let me clean this up right here. All right, so this might be a good area actually. So this is where the fake out happened. This is where the resistance that we drew. So price might be coming down from where it's currently at. This is a nice pattern right here because we currently have this resistance that was just established by here. I mean, it was already established. There's a resistance zone that was already here. That's one that I drew on this end right here. So you can see where it's projecting off. It's basically a triple top. 1, 2, or even a quadruple top right here. So triple top right there off this area. I drew this zone here like when the market started, and it just pretty much lined up with it. So looking at this right here, we have a possible entry. If we get a sell signal here that breaks and closes past the pivots, then possible entry. If not, obviously we're just going to sit tight and wait, but this could be possible entry here. We got 5 seconds left on this candle, so we still have some time. All right, unfortunately, there's no entry here, guys. So the thing that sucks about this here is that there was no sell signal. If there was a sell signal, then there'd be an entry, but this candle was pretty big. I was expecting there to possibly be a sell signal, but it didn't actually close. So unfortunately, no entry there. That looked like it could have been a really good setup because we had the V1 variation right here and then double body plus a triple top. So that would have been a nice entry. There's a lot of confluences here. As you guys have seen lately, I've been drawing these zones here because these zones have been very helpful to identify where, these strong resistance points are sitting. So unfortunately, no entry there, but it's okay. We'll look for the next one. So we're looking for price to come right back down and provide a lower low. So I'm okay with this higher low here closing and price kind of just ranging around a bit, because eventually when price comes back down, then we can possibly take entry at a lower end. But at the moment, there's just nothing for us to take here. Here goes price swings right back up. Let's clean that up a bit. Yeah, there's just nothing for us here, guys. I mean, price is right down the middle. We have the resistance up here, support down here. Blue line right here, baseline opening price. And we're just waiting for this here to play out. All right, but still nothing for us to take here. Let's see, RVN Pilot said, God is good. He is. Haven't seen you here before, bro. Welcome. All right, so there's nothing for us to take right now, guys. We're still looking for some sort of entry here. If we get a sell signal, there's not going to be an entry for us to take here. We need a new higher high because there's now currently a higher low in between. This candle already broke and closed below it, so there's nothing for us to take here at the moment. But we're basically just waiting for another setup to play out. There just isn't anything here setting up though. So see if there's anything else here. Some more profits here from Ross. So here's Ross's profits for the day. All wins. Nice work, Ross. Looks like you took a couple trades pre-market and then maybe some this morning. Total profit of 8,594 for the day. So nice work right there, Ross. I'm not sure what time your settings is set at, but I'm assuming this was, yeah, so yours says 13:31. I'm assuming that's 6:31 my time. So you took all these trades this morning. Nice. Yeah, so good profit so far, guys. If there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put your questions in the chat. There just isn't anything for us to take here right now. We currently have a pending sell signal, but we can't take any sells here until we get a new higher high. So we basically need price to push up past this level right here. It'll establish a new higher high at that point. And then from there, we could look for, possible sell, price swinging back to the downside. Hey, Brock, how's it going? Made it here a little bit on time, it looks like. A little earlier than your usual time here. So good to see you back here. All right, there's nothing for us to take. So let me check if there's anything else here. There's no new lower lows. I pretty much have these drawn up from earlier. These lower lows from the 1 minute, I'll go and just draw another one there. Yeah, no, definitely Brock. Yeah, Brock said hoping for a super smooth week. Let me check the calendar real quick. So McCarthy's still speaking, guys. He's been speaking for a long time, for like 30 minutes now. I think he's going to be up here pretty much for the rest of the session. Looks like they'll be talking for the next 30 minutes to an hour. Let me check the calendar real quick to see if there's anything here for us to be aware of. All right, so tomorrow we have news at 5:30 a.m. It's core CPI, building permits, housing starts. That's about it for tomorrow. Wednesday we have crude oil inventories, beige book. Thursday, so we don't really have much news until Thursday. Thursday is a big news day. On Thursday at 5:30 we have unemployment claims, Philly manufacturing index, and Fed member Waller speaking pre-market. Then during the live session, we have existing home sales at 7, CD leading index, natural gas storage, and Fed member Bowman speaking later in the afternoon. And then Friday, we have flash manufacturing PMI, flash services PMI, pretty much a lot of inflation news right here on Friday. And that's pretty much it. Fed member Cook speaking right after. It looks like he's going to discuss, what was announced. So for the most part, looks like we pretty much have news right here on Thursday and Friday. Wednesday, Tuesday are pretty slow days. I mean, it could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. It'd be good because price might be moving smoothly. However, it could be a bad thing because price can be moving slow due to no news. Volatility might just be pretty much flat, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's still good for us because we can take trades either way. We just need to wait for our setups here to come up. There's no entry right here off the sell signal, guys. As you guys can see, there's no higher high here. This is a lower high. In order for us to take that sell, then we need to have a higher high at this point, but we don't. So no entry there. I'm fine with price pushing down a little lower. This is actually a good thing now because we now have a lower low at this point. If price ends up swinging right back up with the buy signal, then we can take a buy, which is my preferred entry. Looking over here at the fundamentals, let me take a look if anything here has changed. The Dow is currently up 37 points. S&P is still up just a point. Nasdaq's down 2 points. Russell 2K is up 11 points. And the VIX is currently up less than a percentage, 1%. So not too much. It says right here, Apple launches its savings account. This is what Barack just mentioned over here. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, but I mean, it's not something I personally use. There's other like high yielding savings accounts that are already available that are about the same. It's just, because Apple's doing it now, so everyone thinks this is a new thing. This thing is not new. It's just something that Apple is starting to post. The only thing about this is that since Apple released this, their index might go up a little bit. Let me check Apple here real quick. Let me refresh this. Okay, so let's see Apple. They're still down like less than a point. So they're pretty neutral right now. It doesn't look like anybody reacted to their that news. I mean, we'll see what happens late in a few. If this starts to push up, it's because people are reacting. Or if it pushes down, it's because people are reacting to this this news event here. But I don't really see much happening from there. All right, back to US30 over here. Price is dropping a bit further, which is completely fine. I don't really mind it. I actually want price to drop down lower. It gives us more opportunity to ride this up if it drops lower. So price just continues to drop lower. Once we get that bottom set out for this lower low, I'm going to go and mark up a zone there. Yeah, this thing's starting to dump pretty heavy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're talking about something here that's pretty much affecting the market, but there's no other news events that's necessarily pushing price down. Yeah, there's nothing going on right now specifically. So I'm assuming that drop is from whatever they're speaking at the NYSE right now. Yeah, because ECB President Lagarde doesn't speak until like 8 o'clock. So he still has a lot of time. I mean, well, until he talks. Everything here is probably just based off like what they're discussing right here, right now at the at whatever speaking they have right here with Kevin McCarthy. But I don't know, this is fine. I don't care. I actually want price to dip like this. All right, so we have a new low getting established right here. Price is pretty much at those areas where I drew the lines. So I don't know if this is necessarily the best area to buy the dip. I think the next level right here would probably be the best point because this is a 10-minute level right here. So I think price might come down to this point and then probably bounce, right back up. I mean, price can bounce up from where it's currently at right now too, as it's rejecting directly off this area. I mean, who knows? Let's see. So looks like there might be a correction over here. But again, as I mentioned, I think this level down here is probably a better level for it to bounce off because these are just like the lower time frame levels. Like these are all off the 1 minute. All right, let me go back over here real quick. So right here, guys, we currently have a lower low. So if price pushes up and provides a buy signal past the pivots 1 and 2 over here, then possible entry. If not, then there's no entry. But we're basically looking for price to push up from where it's currently at. Provide a buy signal at some point over here as it breaks and closes, and then allow us to make entry at that point. Right now, there's just nothing at the moment. There he goes, price pushes up. Looking for that buy signal if we can get it. I mean, target price point is going to be opening price right there anyway. So that's basically where I see price bouncing up to if it does bounce from where it's currently at. We'll see. So it does not look like we're going to get entry right here yet. I mean, who knows? Price might bounce off this. This might be a break and retest structure. It's basically a retest right there. Just needed to push up a bit higher. There's no V1 variation here, so the confluences aren't as strong, like as we saw earlier over here. It's just a rejection off this point. There's no double wick, double body. It's just rejecting off the support here. As you guys can see, this is an area where it's rejected off a couple times in the past. And we'll just see where this ends up going from here. But I mean, it could drop a little lower because, as I mentioned over here, the 10-minute low is still a little farther down. So price might come down and bounce off this low right here and then shoot up from that point there. It's just a messy market right now. There's no buy signal yet. There's no possible entry. The lower low just got pushed down a little lower. So I'm going to go and adjust this right here real quick. All right, so the zone just got pushed down a little bit lower down here. Candle hasn't closed yet, so we got to wait for this candle to actually close. Got 15 seconds left. All right, so this might be the push that we're looking for. We got the lower low right there. We're looking for a buy signal to break and close past the pivots over here. If we get that, then possible entry for us. Let's see, Nick said he prefers a small push down, then head back up. Watch for the new lower low, potential double body. Yeah, unfortunately, no reversal pattern there, but price is pushing up from where it's currently at. See if we could get buy signal. So no buy signal yet. All right, so we have a pending buy signal, but it needs to actually break and close past the pivots over here. So we need that buy signal to push to the upside, break and close past pivots 1 and 2. And then from there, we get a possible entry. But if it needs to close valid, so it can't close with a red candle within it. It's got to be a green candle. It's also got to close past this blue pivot right here. Yeah, it's definitely not a good area to be trading in right here. It keeps bouncing around a lot. It's hoping to close pretty strong for a green. I mean, it might spike up at that last second. We have 20 seconds left on this candle. We still have a lot of time, but yeah, I mean, we might get that random spike to the upside. We got 3 seconds left, no entry there. All right, so we're still looking for that buy signal, guys. I mean, this buy signal can come up at any moment. This thing can just spike up and just provide a random buy signal like it's had in the past. Yeah, Maddie said they're luring in sellers before shooting up, in his opinion. Yeah, I could see that too, Maddie. The volatility here is very low, though, so it's not really. They're still talking. So you're talking about like inflation news right now. I just saw that they're talking about like geopolitics, gas, stuff like that. Yeah. So inflation. All right. So we got a new lower low here. So another opportunity here for price to bounce. I'm going to go and adjust that real quick. It just keeps establishing new lower lows. right, we have the pending buy signal over here. See if we have another opportunity here. About 40 seconds left on this candle. See if this here ends up closing. We got 20 seconds left on the candle, so we still have some time. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. I closed out of it, guys. I was in a position already. Sorry. There's another possible entry right here, guys. I was in a position from earlier because I caught that dip. If you guys remember from earlier, I've been telling you guys that I'm catching these dips as price comes down. So I'm catching these dips right here. I just took a buy entry when price came down to this lower level. And I was waiting for this candle here to actually close. So that clicking sound was me exiting the trade, not entering. I was exiting because I was waiting for this here to close. It didn't close. So I just pulled out for some profit. I locked in about a lot of slippage on that trade, 290. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of slippage on that trade. There's still a possible entry here, but there's a lower high right here. So this is not, we're not going to have entry unless price breaks and close past this level because you can't have high lows in between. So here are my profits so far. I'm just going to screenshot my profits real quick. Jonathan said, I'm out for the day. Have a great day, everyone. Yeah, definitely, Jonathan. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Yeah, so here are my profits so far, guys, across all my accounts. Looks like MFF might give me a small loss. There's a lot of slippage on that last trade. $10. Yeah, I just lost $10 across my MFF accounts, but it's all good. It's $10 across all my accounts. But I made profit on my FTMO. So as you guys can see over here across my FTMO accounts, I locked in 3,040 for the day. FTMO number 2, 2,890. MFF number 1, 1,840. MFF number 2, 1,740. And my MFF number 3, 1,840. So pretty decent profits right here across my accounts. David over here said small victories. Yeah, but they add up though, right, David? So David over here is currently up. So on this account, total profit of 3120. And then on his other account, 1280. So about like 50 for the day. Nice work, David. So as you guys can see, you guys don't have to have large, like humongous accounts to trade. David over here is trading on a smaller account, but he's still profiting. That's the key thing here. We also have Patrick over here. He said, going to take these profits and run. Yeah, I'd probably do the same, Patrick. So Patrick over here is currently up 1,986 for the day, all wins. So great work right there, Patrick. I would definitely take the profits and run if you're happy with what you have at the moment. Barack over here currently at 5,972 for the day, all wins. Nice work, Barack. Narith over here currently at 5,409 for the day. Nice work, Narith. And I think that might be it right now. Let me see if there's any other profits. Patricia over here on this account, total profit of 3,920. Patricia said she's done for the day. So yeah, great profits for the day right here, Patricia. I'd probably just call it a day as well. So I'm sure your other accounts are doing just as good. But pretty solid profits to officially kick off the trading week. Chow over here as well. Chow's currently at 3,160. Nice work right here, Chow. Solid profits there. And I think that might be it. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. It's currently 7:50 right now, guys. So I don't see any other entries coming up from now until 8 o'clock. As you guys can see, this entry over here, unfortunately, did not close out because there was a lower high in between. Plus, this candle didn't break and close past the pivot. Clearly, kind of had like a small push right there, but it didn't actually close. So unfortunately, that's pretty much what we have for the day. We had about 4 entries come up. There's basically I think 2 or 3 official entries. There's only one that's going to count because that's the only one that I took with you guys, I believe. Let me check real quick. Yeah, there's only one entry here that I actually took with you guys. So there's only one official trade. This one that's going to count. I took about 4 trades today, but I'm not going to count the other ones. I'm just going to count the ones that we took. So I want to be transparent with you guys. The only trades that we document are the ones that I actually, alert you guys of and I take with you guys. There's a couple entries here that you guys did take. There was about 2 momentum scalps that I missed the first one. It would happen too fast. The second one we took. The third one, we had a V1 variation right here, which I took, but I'm not going to count that as an official trade because it's not this strategy. Also, we had another one that came up over here, but it wasn't actually a valid one. So yeah, if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Again, if you guys are new here and you guys want to learn these strategies, just like what we've been doing today, I applied a couple of different strategies that are not this one right here. This is the main one that we apply on the lives. But I have about 30 strategies here that you guys can learn. They all work very well and they're all kind of similar, but they're just different entry points. So if you guys are new here and you guys want to learn those strategies like this V1 variation that I took over here, just go to the website, go to kodikaitrades.com. Again, that's kodikaitrades.com. Click on unlock your free access right here. Once you click on that there, it'll take you to the next page. And this is what the course looks like. So if you guys want to learn, that strategy that I just took, the V1 variation, this one right here, that's the second trade that I profited off right here, where I made 1,000. Just go to the course. Once you sign up, it's free. Scroll down to scalping strategies. Down here, scalping strategies. It's one of the lower modules, and it's the first strategy here, the 1-minute high-low scalp. Or sorry, not that one. It's the V1 variation right here. It's the 4th module down. The US30 1-minute variation V1 strategy. Basically, those strategies there, the V1, V2, V3 variations, help you identify reversal patterns. So basically, double bodies, double wicks. As you guys can see here, there's a double body. That's where I took that buy. Again, right here, there's a double body as well from that higher high. Easy win. Another double body right here. There's a lot of entries you could have taken if you took these V1 variations. They come up pretty often. So other than that, I think that might be it. Let me check if there's anything else that I'm missing. Jonathan said he's out for the day. Have a great day, everyone. Definitely, Jonathan. We'll see you then. Lucas said walking away today in the positive. Enjoy y'all's day. Definitely, Lucas. We'll see you back here tomorrow. C6 said McCarthy just finished up. Yeah, it looks like he's done. So the market might just die down for a bit. Now that he's done, volatility might just die down and the market might just go flat. Let me check the YouTube real quick. Let's see. Barney's asking if it appears a high low, you sell. No, it has to be a lower low or a higher high, Barty. So if you look over here at the criteria, it has to be a higher high or a lower low. It can't be a high low or a lower high. It's got to either be a LL or HH. Only 2 that meet criteria. Let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. Here's my brother's profits, Justin, for the day. Justin locked in a total profit of 1,063. Nice work, Justin. So what my brother's been doing here is he's doing something a little different. He's going for like a 1-to-1 risk to reward. I kind of like hinted to this earlier, and that's kind of what I've been doing too. That's why none of my profits have been closing with full TPs, because I've been going with a bigger TP, and I'm just manually exiting if I don't feel comfortable about the position. So my brother over here has been doing a 1-to-1 risk to reward. You can see his profits are pretty much balanced out, or basically he's doing a 1-to-1.5. So he's doing a 300 pip stop loss and a 450 pip TP. So as you can see right here, he makes a loss here, but then he makes a win right after, and he makes his way back into profit. Same with this one right here. He has a loss, but he has a win right after for full TP, and he makes a little more. So if it's something you guys want to test, feel free. I'm testing it out myself, but obviously you have to be quick and you have to be very alert when taking those types of trades, because you got to pull out manually if it's not moving in your direction. We got Kevin over here, total profit of 36,040 for the day, all wins. So nice work right here on Kevin's end. Yeah, solid full TPs across the board, Kevin. So great work right there. And then we have Eunice over here, total profit 75.60 for the day. He has 2 losses, but this win over here pretty much covered both of the losses. There were small losses, very minimal. And this one right here pretty much it's pretty much covered everything. So nice work right there, Eunice. All right, guys. So I think that might be it. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to post them up in the chat. or send them to me directly. I'll add them to the post later today, and they'll be announced on our social media. So if you guys want to get showcased on our social media, just send me your profits, and then I will cover them later today. At the moment right now, guys, there's no entries for us to take. It's 7:56 right now. Our scheduled off time is 8 o'clock. So it does not look like we're going to have anything in the next 4 minutes. We currently have a lower high right here and a higher low. In order for us to have an entry, we need to have a higher high or a lower low. So in order for this to be a lower low, price needs to push down below this lower low right here. And it does not look like that's going to happen in the next couple of minutes. So, all right, guys, if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to reach out. You guys can email me, Sean@KodiKaiTrades.com, or you guys can message me on Telegram at KodiKaiTrades. Just a reminder, guys, there's no mentoring session today. We're pushing it till tomorrow because I have some stuff to do today. But yeah, if there's any questions that you guys want me to cover, or if you guys want me to reschedule the mentoring session for a different day or a different time, just let me know. I'm open to making changes. You guys just have to let me know, and then we can make adjustments. All right, one last profit here from Brock. Total profit of 7,461. Nice work, Brock. So I think at this point, Brock, you should probably just call it a day before you start to revenge trade and overtrade. But all right, guys, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, reach out. Otherwise,